Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back to another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording on Friday, September 27th, talking about Neemias Queta, who is getting ready for next season. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis is going to miss a couple months to start the year. Celtics re-signed Queta, re-signed Xavier Tillman, re-signed Luke Cornett to start the year. Cornett got a one-year deal. Other two got multi-year contracts, and Queta has some very tall, very big shoes to fill with Kristaps Porzingis out. He talked at Celtics practice today. Said the biggest thing he's been working on this summer, according to the coaching staff, according to himself, is just consistency. He said, I can go a really long time without having a bad game. At the same time, I need good games. It's about staying consistent, playing without fouling, getting good minutes when I'm out there. I feel like the rest will take care of itself. Says he's worked a lot with Tony Dobbins, and that new player development coach, Deshaun Butler, has been on his back since he's got here. And he was even shooting some jumpers at Celtics practice. So Nemi's getting ready for next year. He's getting ramped up.
Yeah, and this has been an ongoing process. The two of us went to some games last year, and obviously when you go as press, you get to go in a little early and you see these guys working out. And one thing Nemi was always doing was taking jump shots. And even though his shot looks a little bit slow, the mechanics don't look too bad, right? Like, is it easy to imagine him catching and shooting in a tight spot? No. But do we think any defense is actually going to put Nemi in a tight spot and run him off the 3-point line? Also, no. So if he does eventually get to a point where he's confident enough to take threes in a game, he's probably going to be dared to take them for at least a couple months. It's good that he's expanding his game because in order for him to stay, one, a part of the rotation, and two, at the level of a role NBA player / serviceable NBA player, he has to be able to do this. That's just the way the game is moving nowadays. Sure. Is he good in the paint? Yes. Is he a good defender? Yes. Is he big and strong? Yes. Is he a little impatient? Also, yes. But his ability to knock down jump shots will open new doors for him on offense and will really open other opportunities for him, whether it's with the Celtics or with another team, to continue playing.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's a very slow jump shot. I don't think we'll see him take many jumpers in the NBA this year. I think maybe it's a thing where we see him take he'll take one here and there. Like if he's out there, if he's open, maybe he'll let it fly. But I mean, if Luke Cornett's not taking jumpers in the league right now, I don't think we're going to see Nemi take that leap just yet. At least with Xavier Tillman, while he doesn't have the consistent, he's not a great shooter. He's let it fly for a large part of his career. He's taken over a 3 game in almost every season he's played in, outside of one in the middle there where he 22-23 take 1.1 a game, 0.9 a game, 1.5 last year. And obviously we've seen Tillman let it fly in big moments. Neemias Queta has never taken threes. I don't know if he's taken a 3 in the NBA. I can take a look here quick while we're talking about it. He's not taken a single 3-point shot in an NBA basketball game so far. And he's only played in 48, so keep that, I suppose, as added context. But even if we want to go to his G League profile, because he played a lot of games up in Maine last year, during his time with the Maine Celtics, he attempted 0 3-point shots. So it just hasn't really been a part of his game as a part of the Celtics organization yet. He took 10 threes when he was in the Stockton Kings in 22-23. But he's working on it, obviously. I feel like this is let me keep practicing them at the end of practice or at the end of shoot around, just so I can keep it, consistent, so I can keep the motion there. I would be shocked if we saw Queta take threes regularly at all this season, or even the season after that. I feel like this is maybe down the line, if it gets to a point where I'm comfortable, I'll break it out. I think it's a good thing. I'm more excited to see how the other things are developing. How is his defense? How does his screening look? Is he fouling less? Is he able to stay on the court and stay in position on the defensive end, whether that be on the perimeter or in the paint? I think the 3-point shot is cool. I think it's fun to see him warm up and take them. I don't think the form is terrible. So I think it's a good sign for what his 3-point shot could potentially be down the line. But do I think Neemias Queta is going to take threes this year? Definitely not.
And I don't think, well, if you're watching this, maybe you feel that way, but I don't feel that way either. I do think it's like a long-term thing where he's trying to just create more opportunities for himself eventually. And you mentioned the most important thing. Certainly foul less. Definitely want him to not foul people on defense as much. He would be in games last season and just all of a sudden have 3 fouls like out of nowhere. It's like, you were supposed to be the guy that comes in while the other guy's fouled out or in foul trouble. Now it's you that's in foul trouble. That's kind of counterproductive. I will say, I think you agree. It feels like he has the second or highest ceiling of the three backup big guys, depending on how you feel about Tillman, because I know you're very high on Tillman. And, rightfully so. He has a good skill set, especially to fit with this Celtics team where he can play perimeter defense. He can shoot the three a little bit, and he's patient down low and he's strong. So those things are all going to be important for him earning real minutes. But Nemi has the flashy game. He's the one that will throw down dunks. He'll block shots, and he's an impact energy guy off the bench. And if he's able to eventually, not this season, eventually start implementing any jump shot into his game, it's going to be found money. It would feel.
For sure. And this is probably just because I'm so high on Tillman, but I think he probably, in my opinion, has the highest ceiling, especially with this Celtics team. I also think he has the highest floor. I just think he's a great fit in the Celtics rotation. I think his ability to guard guards and bang down low with bigs makes him very useful. I also think he's pretty clearly the best three-point shooter out of him, Queta, and Cornette right now. Needs to work on his interior
low bar
finishing a bit. Yeah, exactly. It's a low bar, but like he has taken threes at the NBA level. That gives him a pretty significant advantage. I know Cornette has too, but he hasn't recently.
1 for 1 in his last one.
It's true.
100% last year.
It's true. But I think Nemi has the highest range, as in I think he has probably the lowest floor, and the gap from his floor to the ceiling is larger than Cornette or Tillman. It might be the biggest gap on the team, just because I think at worst you don't see significant improvement. He's fouling a lot still. He can't stay in position on defense. And at that point, I don't want to say he's unplayable because he looked fine last year for stretches. He was even pretty good and impactful sometimes. But the point of the Celtics lineup is having no weaknesses on defense. Like that's a big part of what they do. And if he becomes a weakness on defense because he fouls or he's out of position, then that is a significant thing to notice. However, at his best, if he starts to show signs of development and improvement, you could have a guy who could be this amazing rim protector, super athletic, would be one of the best pick and roll players they have because his athleticism, ability to throw down dunks and screen. He sets really good screens when they're not illegal. So I think best to worst, Neemias Queta is going to be the most interesting player to watch next season. And I think he'll get the opportunities to play. I am curious, really curious to see how the minutes break down. Because Joe was big on saying, we'll play based on matchups. We'll play based on what the rotation is telling us. With KP out, you're going to have to see Cornette, Tillman, or Queta. I don't know if it's going to be he trusts one more than the other, so they start to get more minutes. I don't know if it's going to be he truly does based off matchups. I don't know if it's going to be he just plays whoever he feels like that night. But that whole thing is going to be interesting, and Neemias Queta's development is going to be a huge part of it because he's still only 24, right? He's still relatively young. He's only played 3 seasons in the NBA. Sorry, he's 25, just turned 25 this summer. But he's a big body, and he is probably the most intriguing athlete they have on the roster, I would say, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be the most interesting storyline of the first half of the season. It just is. Who is going to be the third or second big guy, I guess, behind Horford with Porzingis out? And if it is matchup based, sure. I think Joe is going to dive into his bag of trust. That's just kind of the way he's operated as head coach. Maybe not so much in the regular season because we did see flashes of all three. But if you really want to point at this group as an example, look at Tillman last year after he joined in the trade deadline, right? We really didn't get to see a lot of Tillman last year. And I know he was dealing with knee inflammation and he had to have surgery this summer to fix that. And that was a reason why he was not played for stretches last year. It was a reason why it took him so long to make a debut with the Celtics after he joined from Memphis. But I think there is a layer of Joe didn't trust him there. And the reason I feel that way is because in the playoffs, Joe still didn't play him until people were like banging on the door, begging him to play. Like it was a major, why is Xavier Tillman not playing? But Neemias Queta did a great job last year when he was called upon. There were some games where he got in foul trouble, but there were also some games he ended up with a double-double. You nailed it on the head, Jack. Low floor, high ceiling. And that's just what everyone should carry with them heading into the year.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Let us know what you guys think of Nemi. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to How About Them Celtics, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you think of Nemi. Tell us what you think of the jumper. Does it look like he just stole Tatum's old jumper? That was a thought I had, but I didn't say it out loud till now. You can subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate that very much. If you hit the bell, you won't miss any of our daily uploads. New pods dropping Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so there's going to be one for you tomorrow. Once games are back, recaps will be back. They'll be up on the channel the morning after each game, and other videos like this one are going up in between to keep you guys all busy. If you want just the audio content, we got you covered. Spotify and Apple, we are there. If you follow us, all pods and game recaps will go right into your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube and they're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jack's Run NBA. Mine's at Sam Franklin. That's it.